EA Sports.
Hey, bro, but you lot can't crease, bro. We'll be here forever.
Oh, you're right.
You have to put the
Yeah,
accent on it, bro.
go.
Alright, say no. EA Sports to the game.
Hey, sports. Bro, come on. No, bro. What is hey, bro? EA Sports, bro.
EA.
Where'd you get the H from? I didn't say H.
Bro, you said he. Hey, I wonder you have to go in the middle, bro. Because I would have started.
Bro, you got
I'm so crease,
bro.
EA Sports to the game.
Just a quick one. Is it in the game? Was it? No. What you said? It's in the game. Yeah, you joke, man. You said to the game, bro. What is that?
EA Sports, it's in the game. Alright, send them.
It's in the game. Yeah.
Alright, let's go. EA Sports, it's in the game.
EA Sports, it's in the game. EA Sports. Bro, come on. No.
The plot continues to thicken as Chelsea are actually rumored to actually bring in Joao Felix at the club. Now, our analysis today is trying to look at and try to analyze how good is Joao Felix. Is Joao Felix actually coming in to solve a critical part in this Chelsea team? But before we even start, we need to look at the stats and actually come up with reasonable facts on Joao Felix. Now, looking at these stats, you can clearly see how he's very impressive when it comes to his non-penalty XG and XGA, meaning his passes and his goals assists ratio is quite high. Also, when you look at his passing and his progressive play, it's also quite impressive, and his defensive work rate. But before we even begin our analysis, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Now, Joao Felix is a player who played for Chelsea last season, and the Chelsea hierarchy wanted to retain him, but Mauricio Pochettino did not want to keep him. Similarly, Frank Lampard did not also prefer him when he came in as a caretaker. Now, Enzo Maresca prefers to play Chelsea in a 4-3-3 system. In this 4-3-3 system, he expects his front three to play high and wide, the striker pinning the defense line deep while the wingers spreading the defense line horizontally. This is complemented with the two central midfielders pushing forward to play in behind the front line and one fullback inverting into midfield to give that Chelsea WM formation that is also known as the 3-2-2-3 structure with a box-shaped midfield in midfield. Now, the question is, where would Felix start? Now, the first place Joao Felix can actually start at is the left wing. He's not your Mikhailo Mudryk to be making runs in behind, but rather he's more of a control-like player in that left wing position. Someone like Jack Grealish, in that he will most likely be the one to drop deep to receive the ball directly from the wide centre backs, and in this position he will like to pull the opposition fullback out of position so that he can actually create space for the player in the half space to be making runs, where he can use his incredible vision and passing skills to actually look to try and locate this player or the striker, whoever has space in that position. Another key strength of Joao Felix that you cannot underrate is his ability to actually take on his players. Joao Felix is one of the best dribblers, and he has that dribbling style similar to Kaka, but he's a player who likes to actually take on a player. His flicks and his touches and his ability to read the situation makes him a threat in that situation. Another position he can be deployed at is in that number 10 position, playing in that left half space position. Now, this position might be very suitable for him in that he likes to play as a secondary striker or a number 9/10. And when he plays in this position, he will look to try and open the left flank, especially when he's complemented with a pacey winger such as Sterling, Mikhailo Mudryk or Pedro Neto, whoever will be starting in that wing position, making him quite deadly and unable to predict. This also further amplifies how he will be looking to make those half space runs where he can receive the ball directly from Raheem Sterling and he can look to either cross to his striker, his winger or his opposing number 10 in those kinds of situations. And he can also look to try and score a goal from that kind of position. Now, not only can he play down the left-hand side, we can also see him being deployed in one of the positions that I think Enzo Maresca will try him, especially after against big teams. and that is the false 9 position. Now, this false 9 position is quite impressive because sometimes he's very good by there in this position. He actually likes to play as a false 9, and he can actually give Chelsea much dynamism in this position because Chelsea don't have a player who's mastered that skill. Now, he can drop in and join the midfield and actually look to create and outnumber the midfield by looking to use his incredible flick-ons and his quick one-touch passes and actually look to progress play. And when Chelsea would like to disorient an opponent, Joao Felix can be preferred in that position because he can actually give Chelsea numerical advantages in midfield. Rather than Chelsea having 4 players in midfield, Joao Felix can join that midfield and make it a midfield 5, similar to what Firmino used to do at Liverpool and Lionel Messi used to do at Barcelona, allowing the wingers to be making diagonal runs in the box. Now let's look at the overall skill set of Joao Felix and try to understand why Chelsea actually want to bring him. Now, Joao Felix is a very interesting player, and one thing that I really like about him is his ability to actually take on players and his ability of not being afraid to actually use his skill to get past players. His flick-ons are really great. I think he's a player who likes to do a lot of flick-ons whenever he receives the ball, and he's a player who's not afraid to actually attempt a shot on goal. I believe that he came at Chelsea at a very difficult time when the entire team was poor, but he was actually the brightening spark in that attacking lineup. We saw him attempting a lot of shots on goal. He's a player who is not afraid to test the keeper and actually attempt shots outside the 18-yard box. He's a player who likes to link up with his other teammates, but sometimes he can find himself in positions whereby he can square the ball to a pass but attempt to not play that player in possession. He's very well composed even when he's in front of goal, making him a very huge threat for Chelsea. His movement, especially when he's in that forward line position, also make him quite strong enough. But sometimes I think he might become too selfish and actually not play his players in great positions. I would really like to see his link up with Cole Palmer. Another thing that I really liked about him is how he's able to dribble past opponents. He's a player who's not afraid to receive the ball in tight spaces. Even when he plays in those forward line positions, you will see him attempt nutmegs and attempt crosses into the inside channels. He's a player who you'll be very much happy when you see him with the ball in front of the 18-yard box because he's a player who's most likely to attempt a shot on goal. Another thing I like about him is his ability to take on players, his ability to drop in space and actually look to pick out players in those spaces in between the lines. Joao Felix also's time at Chelsea was quite great, the player indicating how he really loved playing at Chelsea. And in this position, you realize that Joao Felix gave his all for Chelsea and actually was quite a huge fan and quite happy when he was at Chelsea. And this might be because of relatively, you might find that he actually likes the age of the team. He's quite a young player, he's just 24 years old. And Chelsea being a team that is comprised of just players who are just around 20, not older than 25, being the majority young players, he actually finds himself in place in that team. He enjoys his teammates, he enjoyed his short time at Chelsea, and actually was very, very disappointed when Chelsea were unable to fulfill sticking with him into this team. Now, I believe that his best position will be in that left half space position, but my question is what will happen to players such as Dewsbury Hall who are signed to actually occupy those positions? That is my question. And because I expect him to also play in that position, he will look to try. He can be a very incredible asset if he's used as a 8-10, as an 8 or a number 10, and he can also fill in when Christopher Nkunku is injured. We know that Christopher Nkunku's injury record is not quite the great, but he's a player who can be used to try and fill in for him in that position. He can also play as a left winger when Chelsea are playing against deep blocks because you need a player who has excellent dribbling ability. But I believe that Pedro Neto will be the one who will occupy that left wing position. He can also be a huge silver bullet for Enzo Maresca when he's trying to play against maybe Pep Guardiola or Mikel Arteta, or playing against Liverpool in games whereby Enzo Maresca wants to exert his control in midfield, and he can use him as a false 9 to try and get enough numbers in midfield so that he can look to dominate and try to actually limit the opposition from actually bypassing Chelsea's midfield. And I believe this might be a great signing for Chelsea. What do you think about this? Leave your comments in the comment section area below, and thanks for watching.